folks, check here. So this is one way of making cartoony eyelids rig for in Blender. Can also work for realistic characters, I guess, but I've never seen. But anyways, here is the thing. Yeah, the mesh is deformed there, ignore. I'm gonna fix that with some smoothing. But the thing here is the following. I'm gonna use some shrink wrap modifier on the head, on the body, right? Body mesh object, but on a targeted mesh, which is the mesh of the eyelids. Of course, the shape of the eyelids on the rest position, the binding pose state, which I am here, right? Edit mode for the mesh. Don't have this stuff here, right? It's just the real mesh on rest position. So this mesh here is select linked because I'm using seams. So I have those temporary seams or just organizational seams, but this could be something else. To avoid problems, we could have I don't know, marked freestyle edges instead, for example. So we just use this hold on folks, this, I don't want to see the crease here, so mark, yeah, we could use this instead, but then I can't isolate, I guess, because we can't have the select linked by you know, L key with stuff here, right? Normals, undo, material could do also, but then it will depend if I want this to be on the same material or not. So, and there are many ways to organize that, but you see, seam is good because we can isolate this this face. So this is the eyelids mesh, and on edit mode I want each of these vertices to be exactly, this doesn't need to be exact, but it needs to be at least precise, otherwise it will be awkward and inconsistent. So let's turn this proportional editing off for a moment. I want to snap these vertices from this eyelids mesh in onto the eye mesh object here. So this is a, it's not for UV warp modifier, this one, because it's a single stuff, but these are the eyes here. Could be a giant egg here actually, but for now this is it. Could be a closed mesh also, sometimes this helps if we don't, yeah, sometimes we can struggle with the shape near the corner depending on the character design. Yeah, maybe I should round it, make a closed mesh. Currently it's something like that. And then oops, and then I want to, so it has some subdivision modifier, right, at level 2, so it can be better for shrink wrapping, to be shrink wrapped onto. So this mesh, I want to, the eyelids, or the eyelids mesh here, I want to snap it, face, it could be face project here, include non-edited, and move rotate scale, so whichever of the transforms I do on edit mode. So you see it is snapping, so it means that right before it wasn't snapping. Of course this I don't want to move it too much, because the character design when I use the model sheet, more or less it was here. I'm getting, so you see this is normal, this intersection, because we are just on edit mode. I'm gonna turn off the shrink wrap because I'll show how that will show on the, you see these ones they are overlapping here, so I need them to be snapping. I don't want to snap, apparently there wasn't snap, then we can spread some, well, this idea of having the eyes open like this is because in my opinion it's better for eyelids rigging, but then we'll have to fix when the eyes are closed, maybe with some corrective shape key that especially regarding the eyelashes, not so much the eyelids. But okay, so here we're snapping here. I think this is a, ignore this other face here. This is a wall for another feature that I'm using here, which is the eyelids borders. It's like literally a wall that will intersect right inside the eye, and so it needs to have, we can just pick this one. If I delete this, right, just need to pick, after I wave paint these eyelids, I can just pick this and extrude them, because then they will share the exact same waves of these vertices around. So these are be the equivalent to the eye contour feature, you know, of makeup. So exactly the eye contour, and this is like the wall that goes inside or touches, right? It's in contact with the eyeball actually, right? From the borders, literally, right? So, literally. And so I don't want to snap this one, so I can just hide this face for now. Let's go back here. So I have accidentally picked these ones. So this is why the reason why I'm having those things. Oh, I need to press Control. This will be easier. Okay. We can, of course, waste some time here, but we could just do this instead. Select L. It's gonna front orthographic and G. And there we go. Now everything, if you don't see what I mean, it will be G, Y. Let's move this forward. Oh, I'm editing. What is that I'm editing? I don't know what I'm editing, folks. Let's do again. So there are many tricks here that we need to employ in order to, yeah, I think this is moving, yeah, forward, right? So I just need to, yeah, so I'm just displacing it from that. Let's re-snap now. Say all selected, G, and now all at once. Proportional editing can be dangerous here because, yeah, it will, yeah, so better not mix snapping with that. It sometimes it can work, but I think it's dangerous. Okay. So the idea here is that I wanted to explain is that I want to have this very, very close and then gradually getting with some distance here. So this can be a bit time consuming to fix. Oh, we can just actually do something like that with snapping, yes. So GG, you see, and then edge slide. So they are very, very close, but probably I need to make sure though they don't go to the bypass, right? So I think just a quick revision here. And since I'm not sure they've snapped, I can just select this face loop here, and this face loop, this might be anatomically incorrect for eyelids, I'm not sure, but for rigging that works. It depends on the character design, of course. In my character design, this solution works. So here we're gonna GG. I don't know after GG if they are still snapping, so I'm just gonna, because I'm unsure, so G, there. And then this one, this amount of face edge rings, right? Edge rings, not edge loops. They are enough for this character design here. So on occasions we can do this here, you see, manually. The idea is that I'm already collapsing the skin of the eyelids from the rest position when the eyes are open, right? So that I don't have to do anything here to have this, to obtain this state, right? Because this state is granted from the rest position itself. Like it's the best scoped for this state. And then when the wave paint, which should be gradual on this very minimal sized distance, right, between these vertices, when the waves become gradually, right, very strong here for the eyelids bones, and lesser as we got here, right? And then these will drag the skin in appropriated ways, right? In the case, these eyelids are more like this, right? So this is like yeah, stylized, right? I control Z here, sorry folks. There's a shrink wrap modifier thing as well. Hold on, just need to, because if I'm not almost sure if I do control Z, yeah, it won't delete the annotation. Okay, here we go. So now I've repositioned the I've repositioned the eyelids exactly on the same level of the eyeball, and the eyeball doesn't deform. Well, it deforms, but it's full waves, right? Nothing special. And now for the shrink wrap. So I disabled this because I'm gonna make from scratch, almost from scratch, because what I need is to have a target vertex group for the eyelids. It will be at the end. So modifier eyelids, I think it is shrink wrap eyelids here. So if I select this, what you get is this mesh with I'm trying to isolate the, it's lagging a little. I think it's the subdivision surface. Okay, let's go back. Sorry folks. Okay, let's hide here. Yeah, unfortunately I'm having difficulty in getting the isolation here, folks. Sorry, let's see. Let's get this mesh here. Let's hide the eyes. Let's hide this, and let's now go on wave paint mode. So if I select again my eyelids border there, so this is the wave paint that I have here. So it's modifier for shrink wrapping of the eyelids mesh, or meshes of the eyelid. So it's connected mesh, right? And then I need to now what I need to do is to go on the face. Let's add a deform shrink wrap modifier outside surface, because I want the eyelids mesh, so I need a target. So otherwise, if I target now the eyes surface here, all the mesh of the body will be shrink wrapped into the eyeball. Of course, we don't want that. We want the target eyelids. And because I have a mirror modifier and a single eyeball here thing for all this, I don't have to have shrink wrap left and right, but we might have to do that. So everything, vertex group left and target left eyeball, mesh object, yeah, so you got the idea. And two shrink wrap, different shrink wrap modifiers, one for each side. So okay, got that. And so now what we've got is that only the eyelids are shrink wrapped, but they are on the surface, outside surface though, but 0. So I want to push this slightly forward with hold shift. What's happening here apparently is that this mesh here, that other one, has inherited this this vertex group, so I need to be careful in this technique. That is border. Let's just address here. Wait, this just have this. It's probably this one. No, it doesn't have. So I don't know, folks. Oh, it is just snap, probably, or maybe not. What's happening here? Looks like I have some extra stuff here. What the hell is going on here? It's like I have two of them, or looks like I have accidentally extruded two of them. Very weird. Anyways, we gonna go back, so I'm gonna enable subdivision surface, the simplify stuff. Alright, so I then can have all the eyelids slightly on top, and this is why you need the wall, right, in this approach. So to avoid certain intersections while rigging, making the poses, we might want a slight, a more advanced, some thickness on these eyelids, right? So the more thick it is, of course, the less risk of having this this stuff, right? But also more problems we might have regarding here. Certainly we need some smoothing of this I don't know what's, oh, I probably snapped, so I've ended okay, so this highlight is not good, right? I think I'll have to wait. Now suddenly the model is correct. Alright, so